Have you been keeping up with Cosmos? The new rework of Cosmos by Neil deGrasse Tyson? He's doing a great job. And this past Sunday, he talked about Halley's Comet. And the thing that struck me was he begins with how ancient humans went by the sky. The sky was their messenger board. It told them when to migrate here and there, when animals would be in a certain place, when it was time to plant crops, when it was time to sow and reap. And they were used to things in the sky. But when something unusual showed up, like a comet, they went immediately to a dark place. It meant, famine's coming, or the ruler's going to die, or there's going to be insurrection and riots, or watch out, a conqueror's coming, there's going to be war. They always went to a dark place. Why do we humans do that? It's no wonder in this gospel lesson, when the story that John's telling us, Jesus walks by a man born blind from birth, and the first thing that comes out of somebody's mouth is, who sinned, him or his parents? They go to a dark place. They can't accept the fact that the dude's just blind. He has a problem. He can't see. And Jesus says, well, neither. He's blind so God can demonstrate power and glory in the world. Now, if we read this literally, we've already lost it. Because what John is describing is a pattern, a dysfunctional pattern that we humans can easily fall into. We love familiar patterns. But if you come into my life and start changing my pattern, I might kick you, or Mary Jo might, or I might put Ian on you. Because we don't like that kind of change. It rattles us. It takes us to places unknown. I knew a woman, not here in Chappaqua, let me clarify that. I knew a woman who was married to a drunk man. Drunk all the time. Drunk. Really bad alcohol problem. You'd think she would have been happy when this man all of a sudden decides, I've had enough of this. I'm going to go to AA. I'm going to straighten my life out. I'm going to be attentive to my family, to my children. You think she liked that? She divorced him. And by golly, this time she made sure that the person she married would remain a drunk, because she married somebody that owned a liquor store. She did not want to risk that kind of change, because if he's changing to that extent, then I have to look at myself and say, what needs to change in me? What blindness do I need to turn loose of? This is, once again, we're dealing with a pattern. John has given us a pattern that deals with us on an individual level, family level, community level, and it also deals with institutions. Because the blind man who can now see encounters an institution that says, wait, if you can see, if you've received light in a way that doesn't really fit with our doctrine and dogma, no, we can't be wrong. No, we're not wrong. You're wrong. Get out. The church has played that game. We have all too easily succumbed to that temptation that we've got the right answer. And I'm going to, after the 10 o'clock service, I'm going to address that in the class this afternoon. How did we get to that place? And is it still a viable place to be? I don't think it is. Not in the context of the world we're in now. So the institution itself can be blind. What's our responsibility here? We're in the season of Lent. And I feel for me, My journey is to try and determine where my blind spots are. Because if I can discover those blind spots, and here's the second big if I have the courage to open myself to the power and grace of God through Christ to deal effectively with that blindness so that I can see, then I change into a better person. Not my work, God's work. Because I'm becoming that which God called and created me to be. And in that way, my life becomes a witness and disturbs those who would prefer to remain in blindness, and gives hope to those who are seeking the light.